So now that we have our layout adjusted across all of the different screen sizes and we have our mobile menu showing up on the smallest sizes, now we're ready to add some additional user interaction and animation with JavaScript. So let's go back to our project file and the exercise files. So in the main project folder, let's create a new folder inside of here called JS for JavaScript. Then let's come over to the exercise files. Let's come into the ch_01 folder. Let's find the design.js file, and let's option drag or copy and paste this design.js file into the JS folder that we just created. Now this file is mostly blank, so let's open design.js up in our text editor. We'll see here that I simply just have a JavaScript comment here that just says JavaScript document. We're going to write our custom JavaScript inside of this file. Now, as I mentioned before, we're going to be using jQuery in this course in order to create the interactions and the animations of the mobile menu. So in a browser, let's go to jQuery.com and let's download a copy of the jQuery framework. So on jQuery.com, over on the right-hand side here, let's click on the button that says Download jQuery. Now the version of jQuery that you want to use will depend on the browsers you want to support. Now if you're only supporting modern browsers, which are HTML5 enabled browsers, you can scroll down here and download a copy of jQuery 2.x. And if you need to support earlier browsers, you'll want to download version 1.8 or earlier. So I'm going to come down here and under jQuery 2.x, down here we can see at the time of the recording, the latest version is 2.1.4. So I'm going to hover my mouse over this link. I'm going to right click and choose Download Linked File As. Now depending on your browser, the wording might be a little bit different here, but basically you want to save a copy of this file. Now if you come down here and click on this link, some browsers will download the JS file, others will show you the code. My particular browser here is showing me the code. If you see this, you can simply come up to the File menu and choose Save As. In either case, find your project file. Mine's on the desktop. Find the JS folder that we just created, and then save this copy of jQuery into that JS folder. So if I go over to my project folder, I can now see jQuery-2.1.4.min.js inside of my JS folder. With these in place, let's go back to our text editor. Let's go to the HTML file. Let's scroll up and let's find our two references to our CSS files. Let's hit a return, and what we're going to do here is link in those JavaScript files. So we're going to start by adding a tag. So less than sign. We'll type script, space, then we'll set type equal to text/JavaScript, then a space, then we're going to set a source, and we're going to set the source equal to JS/, and then we'll first link in the jQuery file. Let's end the tag, and then end the element. Next line, let's do the same thing. Add a script tag. We'll set type equals text JavaScript. Source equals. We'll go into our JS folder. Now we'll link to the design.js file, end the tag, and then end the element. Now because we'll be using jQuery instructions inside of our design.js file, we have to include the JavaScript file for jQuery before our own JavaScript. Now with these in place, save your HTML file. Now let's switch back to our design.js file, and inside of here we can now start writing JavaScript using the jQuery framework. So the first thing we're going to do is use something called a document ready. jQuery has a built-in function that will allow us to write instructions, and they'll only be executed once the browser has downloaded all of the HTML. And this is something called the document ready. So the way we invoke jQuery is to use a $sign. So we'll use a $sign, then a beginning and ending parenthesis. Inside of the parentheses, we're going to type in the word document. Outside of the parentheses, we're going to type dot ready, another set of parentheses, and a semicolon. So this item here, dot ready, is a function that's part of the jQuery library. So when the document is in a ready state, we want to put our instructions inside of here. So what we'll do inside of the parentheses for ready is we'll type function, another set of parentheses, and then a beginning and ending curly bracket, and then let's split this open. So now anything that we put inside of here will only be executed when the browser has downloaded all of the HTML content. So in order to make sure that the jQuery file is properly linked and our script is properly formatted, let's do something really simple. Let's type in the word alert, put a beginning and ending parenthesis, then a semicolon. Inside of the parentheses, 2 single tick marks, and let's just type the word success. So with that in place, let's hit save. So then back to the browser and let's hit reload. You should see a JavaScript message that pops up here with the word success inside. So again, this lets us know that we're properly hooking in jQuery, our own custom script, and the document ready that we wrote in our own script is able to hook on to the jQuery framework. So now we can simply click OK. So now that we know this is functioning properly, next we'll activate the mobile menu using jQuery.